the occasion of the 60th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights should be a time for very serious reflections, because in many of the countries of Asia, like many of the countries of Africa and other countries, despite of 60 years of the UDHR, with all governments have agreed, the situation of human rights is still not in any satisfactory level. Major problem in countries which we can call non-rule of law countries is that there is no institutional framework that is able to ensure the protection of human rights. So you have a lot of talk about human rights, but in reality people don't enjoy rights. There is illegal detention, illegal arrest, torture, arbitrary deprivation of life, disappearances. On the one hand, these are civil rights problems like denial of fair trial. On the other, there is extreme poverty, unemployment. The women are more educated, but still they don't have employment, and there are, at the personal level, they are exposed to enormous type of problems. Is also the case of the children and everyone. To protect rights, there has to be institutions that are capable of protecting rights. What we have are institutions which are destroying rights, and the talk about improving rights. Major threat in our area to human rights come from the policing systems of our countries. These policing systems are dominating the entire administration of justice. They are very often very corrupt. There is no command responsibility, highly politicized, working very closely with criminal elements, and working with organized crime. The people's complaints are not taken when they make complaints, and very often those who make complaints against the police are ending up either being assassinated or otherwise brought into very serious problems. There's insecurity everywhere, because the main law enforcement agency, which is the police, is what is causing this problem. When they are doing that, whose protection can people have? The courts cannot protect when there are no complaints. People's complaints are not undertaken. They are not being investigated. The prosecutors are often working under the control of the executive, and there is a lot of complaints that even the judiciary is corrupt and or under the executive control or not competent. So under these circumstances, the things that are mentioned in the Universal Declaration as our rights are in fact denied to the majority of the people. Now, the United Nations agencies, international human rights community, local human rights organizations, civil society organizations, opposition political parties, none of the people are trying to deal with the issue of these bad institutions. Many countries don't have a proper budget for the administration of justice. So if there is no money for the administration of justice, how will the institution function? So first, there should be budgetary allocation. People should agitate, people should make movements in order to get proper budgetary allocations for administration of justice. And with that, it is possible then to address this institutional problem. Bad policing is an often result of not investing enough money to have competent policing. But of course, nobody wants competent policing if you are basing your life on law breaking. Politicians don't want it. But anyway, if the people can work hard, make movements, there is no other way. People themselves make movements in order to force the governments to provide necessary funding for the administration of justice, to reform these institutions, then in the coming 60 years, there will be improvement of rights. Coming 60 years should not be like the last 60 years. Last 60 years in creating the discussion about human rights, but not of the realization of human rights. Coming 60 years should be about practically achieving human rights through institutional reform.